Hello everyone, welcome to Mojo Grip. Mike here. Today we're going to check out some private jets that can be bought for less than $1 million. So to the contrary, when you think of private jets, the average jet will cost you anywhere from $4 million to $10 million just to purchase. But today we're going to look at 5 different airplanes in the jet category that you can actually purchase for a fraction of what you think. Now keep in mind that to own any of these jets, you would need just as much in maintenance costs. Okay, it costs about $1 million just to own and maintain the average jet, depending on how much you fly and where you are. But let's get into it. The first jet we're going to look at today is the Citation Mustang. This airplane is what you consider a light jet being that it can be piloted by only one person. This airplane had a fairly good run for about 10-11 years, and sadly last year Cessna stopped production for this particular airplane. The Citation Mustang will cruise easily at 400 miles per hour, has a range of over 1,000 miles. This all depends on how many people you're hauling around, and this jet will climb at a respectable rate of 3,000 foot per minute. Now it is a light jet with 2 engines. That means maintenance. You have to maintain those engines, and again, depending on how much you fly each year, it still run you about $1 million to fly just about any average jet per year. And I think one of the great things about the Citation Mustang is the cockpit. When you look in that cockpit, first you have an avionics system that a lot of newer pilots are already familiar with, which is the Garmin G1000. This is the same glass cockpit you would find in a Diamond DA-40 or a Cessna 172. So for the average pilot, it wouldn't be a hard task to get used to your panel. Now in terms of price, a brand new Citation Mustang will cost you anywhere from $3 million to maybe just a little over $3 million, depending on what features you have in the airplane. Again, Cessna stopped making this airplane, so you can find a lot of used ones in the market, and to get it used, you're looking at 1.5, maybe closer to $2 million. But if you look hard and long enough, you can find this airplane for around $900,000 to $950,000. The next airplane on the list is the Eclipse 500, also in the light jet category. This airplane has almost identical performance stats as the Citation Mustang. And just like the Citation Mustang, the Eclipse was first released back in 2006, and you still have a newer model of this airplane flying today called the Eclipse 550. Now, since the release of the 550 about 2-3 years ago, the earlier model of the Eclipse 500 has gone down in price. In performance, the Eclipse will get you anywhere and cruise around 400 miles per hour. You can get this airplane up to 40,000, 41,000 feet. And similar to the Citation Mustang, you have a climb rate of a little over 3,000 foot a minute. Also being a light jet, the Eclipse 500 can be flown by just one pilot, and you can carry 4 to 5 people as passengers. Basically fully loaded, this airplane you can load up to 6 people in there and go places. The Eclipse 500 brand new will run you about $2 million. But guess what? Today you can find one for just a fraction of that. A lot of used Eclipse 500 in the market right now that's selling between $500,000 and $700,000. If you look hard enough, you might even find one for less than $500,000. That's a quarter of what you would have paid for this jet a few years ago. Number 3 is the Citation Bravo, also manufactured by Cessna. The Citation Bravo is one of the oldest running mid-size jets here in the United States, and it has some great performance stats. This airplane will cruise easily at over 450 miles per hour with a flight ceiling of 45,000 feet. The great thing about the Citation Bravo is that you can fit a lot more people, up to 11 people in the airplane, and go places. Now, later models of this aircraft are still in the $1 million range and a little bit more, but you can purchase some of the earlier models, say in the 80s or early 90 models, for less than $1 million. Some you can find for even less than $500,000 for this aircraft. Number 4 aircraft on the list is the Learjet 31A. You want some extra speed, some extra room to carry passengers, and go longer? Go for the Learjet 31A. The Learjet 31A was first introduced back in 1990, but this is your certified mid-size jet because you can fit up to 10 people in there. You do need 2 pilots to fly this airplane, but you're cruising at 500 miles per hour, and this is with 8 passengers, 2 pilots on board, and this airplane can be flown up to 51,000 feet with a rate of climb of over 5,000 feet a minute. But the best thing about the Learjet 31A, you can find it for so cheap. If you look hard enough, you can find some of the earlier models of this airplane in the $400,000 range. That's right guys, you can own your own private jet for about $400,000. The most affordable jet on the list today is also a Learjet. It's the Model 24. Now looking at this aircraft, it is much older, but if you check out the performance, it's nothing to just shove to the side. You have a max cruise speed of over 500 miles per hour, and you can fit up to 4 passengers in here. This airplane will carry 6 people easily. And guess what? You're climbing at almost 7,000 feet a minute. That's just insane to me. And even with such a high speed, this airplane can also fly slow. This airplane will stall at 87 knots. That's comparable to some smaller airplanes. Now you can buy this aircraft anywhere from $120,000 to $300,000. That's right. You can find one of these for less than 200 grand. That's about the same price you pay for some of the new light sport aircraft in the market today. So if you want speed, performance, and just a title that I own a private jet, you can get in one of these for less than 200 grand. I don't have any numbers or statistics on how much it would cost to run any of these on a yearly basis. But again, the point of entry is so affordable, $150,000, and you can own your own private jet. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and give a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to my channel already, hit that subscribe button for me. Again, my name is Mike. Thank you guys, and I will catch you on the next video.